Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Borealis Adraga. This model has the Snowflake dial and the Mercedes hands. Now, this is a prototype and is on loan from Random Rob. You can go to the Borealis website and pre-order some of these watches now. Not this particular model, it's been sold out. Actually, I don't know which other ones are available, but I'll leave a link in the description to the website. You can check it out. Before you get into the watch, let's take a quick look at the packaging. It comes in the typical Borealis leather case. Nice and simple, which I like. And it's small enough to put in a flat rate box, so if you want to ship around to your friends, it won't cost you too much to do so. So the watch sits in there. Nice padded leather pouch. So let's get that off to the side and take a closer look at the watch. Now, the pre-order price is $225. That's 50% down. So then when they're ready to ship, you'll pay the other half for a total of $450. So this does have a double dome sapphire crystal with AR coating applied to the underside. The top of the lugs are brushed. The bezel is polished. Case side is polished. Side of the bracelet brushed. The outer links are brushed and the inner links are polished, as most Jubilee or J style bracelets are. This is 316L stainless steel. This one is the no date version. They also have date versions as well. Let's take a close look, at the dial here. So it is called a Snowflake dial. Actually, I might do another video. I just thought here, maybe I'll compare this to the Grand Seiko Snowflake. But anyway, applied indices, the text is printed, but it does have Explorer look to it, the 369, and then the triangle at the 12 o'clock. Similar dimensions as well. This watch does wear well on wrist. I have an earlier version of this watch, which I have worn a bit. So when I put this on wrist, you'll see I haven't actually sized the bracelet, but I have worn a Borealis Adraga quite a bit. So anyway, clasp is signed with a B there. The safety clasp and this portion of the clasp is stamped. Then we have a milled in the middle here. It is kind of a big, chunky clasp. I would like a smaller clasp. Actually, the bracelet does taper from 20 down to 18, but I'd like to see it taper down to 16 and then have a smaller clasp. It'd be more comfortable on wrist. This is a heavy watch as well. Anyway, we have 6 micro adjust here, so you'd have no problem getting this to fit your wrist, especially with these small links here. It does have an engraved case back. There's a mermaid on here. Looks like she's upside down right now. There we go. There's some text around the dial. Automatic movement. So anyway, Borealis Watch Co. Adraga. And this is rated for 300 meters of water resistance, which is quite impressive, especially considering it's not a dive watch. But I bet if you put a rotating bezel on there, it could be a dive watch. Wait, let's zoom back out here. It does have BGW9 lume on the hands, the hour, minute, second hand, and then the applied indices. So I'm sure the lume will be quite good, which we'll see at the end of the video here. Miyota 90S5 movement. And the 90S5 movement is hacking and hand winding. Also doesn't have the ghost date position, but this one does. So I think this has a 9015 in it. Like I said, this is the prototype. On the actual watch you receive, it will have the no date movement, which my other Adraga does have. We'll go over that in another video. Anyway, first position out, we're in hand winding. Next position on this one is the go state, as I mentioned, but that's just because this is a prototype. And then we have our time set. So in some angles, this handset almost looks black. And then other angles, it looks silver. There we go. Oh yeah, so let's go over the dimensions and I'll get this on wrist. So lug to lug of the case and the end link as well. There is no male end link here, so that's nice with this style of bracelet. Drilled lugs also, as you can see here, forgot to mention that. 47.4 millimeter lug to lug, diameter 39, thickness is 12.2, and as I mentioned, lug width is 20, and that does taper down to 18. Doesn't really look like much of a taper since it's pretty subtle. And crown size is 6.8 millimeter. I think it's a good size watch, especially for my 6.5 inch wrist, but it'll look good on other smaller and larger wrists as well. So here we go. Maybe my wrist is about the smallest you want to go for something like this, but that's totally personal preference. You can wear whatever size watch you want. No rules as far as I'm concerned. Let me zoom out here for a little bit different perspective. And then we'll get into the loom portion of the video. Actually, I'll show this side by side with my SKX. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I did with that thing. So if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this watch. I do like that dial. They call it a Snowflake, but it almost, well, I guess they can't call it a white birch, but it reminds me a lot of the Grand Seiko white birch dial. So anyway, here we are side by side with my SKX 009. And we'll compare loom with this watch as well. All right, I'll be right back with the loom. All right, so obviously Borealis Adraga on the left and the Seiko SKX on the right. BGW9 loom versus Seiko LumaBrite. Definitely not anything to complain about for the loom on either of these watches. I would say the brightness of both of them is about equal. The handset's really glowing on that Adraga though. Not sure how they did that, but anyway, there's a look at the loom. As always, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.